Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sherianne Rowena and this...
What's up?
What are you doing?
Why are you starting already?
We're doing a fasting video. I've been waiting for you.
I got you your food.
We're fasting.
Chocolate chip cookie dough. Got my ice cream.
We're fasting.
Yeah, but the fast doesn't start until after we finish doing the video.
What?
When the video's finished, then we start our fast. So we got to get in all the sugar that we can right now.
You're drooping on my couch. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Sherianne Rowena. This is Brian Francis.
Brian Francis!
He's eating his ice cream cone.
Hey, I told you, I'm getting this in. All the sugar I can, baby.
And this is Rowena Francis.
Rowena Francis.
So if you haven't been able to tell by this point, we are talking about fasting. So if you haven't watched my last video on fasting, you can click the card above and you can go back and watch that. But today we're specifically talking about a 6-day fast. That's what I'm calling it, the 6-day fast.
The 6-day fast!
It's gonna be a version of like 3 days prep / intermittent fasting and then 3 days of a full fast. So we'll kind of get into that at the end of the video. But for right now, let's get into talking about fasting.
Did you just say, by the way, a water fast?
A water fast. Although I'm not calling it a water fast because there are certain things that I am incorporating into it, like coffee, black coffee, peppermint tea, lemon tea, and some herbal teas, but as long as it's not fruit teas. Plus, stevia is still okay. And I'll kind of talk a little bit about why I'm allowing those in my fast specifically, and then, you know, why I'm not incorporating like fruit teas and stuff like that as well.
All right, well, let's get started.
All right, so I want to take us back to Mark 9. There is a story in the Bible in Mark where there is a bunch of people that are gathering around, and there is this boy, and they actually talk about a lunatic. And when they talk about that, it's this boy who is consumed with this spirit, and it says the spirit is actually throwing him in the fire and throwing him under the water and actually trying to kill him. And so they were trying to get him delivered. And so Jesus comes along and Jesus delivers this boy, and he is healed. And so afterwards, the disciples are alone with Jesus, and they begin to ask him, you know, why was it that we were not able to cast the spirit out of this boy, but you were able to deliver him? So what was the process? What did we miss? What was going on and stuff like that?
And Jesus said,
what did he say?
Only this comes out through prayer and fasting.
That's right. And so there is something significant that happens when we fast and when we pray, right?
I agree.
I mean, fasting's not always the easiest thing. It's not always comfortable.
I don't know. I don't really think that I really truly enjoy fasting. But fasting is a lifestyle of believers. It's not just something that, you know, was mandated back like they did in the Old Testament,
right?
You know, where it was like, you know, you had to fast on these certain days and coordinates and so forth. But it was... It's a lifestyle of that of a believer.
So the thing I actually want to talk about is that fasting, it's a physical state of being. It is something that happens in your body, and that's what it is called fasting. And it's when digestion stops in your body, and so your body is not processing foods and stuff like that. It's not breaking things down in your body, and so it's a physical process.
Yep.
But when you combine it with a spiritual discipline, so you're praying and you're fasting together, there is a supernatural result that happens.
Absolutely.
Right? And so that's where you see that miracles take place. You can see that, you know, spirits are driven out. That's what they were talking about in the Bible there in Mark 9.
Breakthrough takes place.
Breakthrough takes place.
And it also is something that is the process, and even in that specific example, where unbelief is broken.
Right.
And so you want to be able to do these things that really help advance, you know, your Christian walk and your faith, as well as, you know, there's many, you know, I guess say physical benefits to actually fasting as well.
Absolutely. So like I said, it is a physical process that happens. So you are going to notice things like having more energy and maybe even losing weight, maybe even better sleep and just functionality, things like that happen. But when you are praying with it, you are doing something in the spiritual realm that is causing mountains to move in your life. You know, even one of my favorite stories is the book of Esther. And, you know, she really incorporated a fast before before she went forth and did what she was created to do, what she was here for. And she made a difference. She saved a whole nation. And right now, our nation is even in chaos. Nobody really knows what's going on. And I really think that as a nation even, we could use a whole lot of prayer and fasting together, and we can get some supernatural results. Our nation here in Canada, we are here for such a time as this. And I really believe that God has something special for the nation of Canada. And so I'm excited to dive into this fast. We're going to start it really soon. And so I want to kind of just talk about the fast a little bit.
Well, here's the keys, the prep portion of fasting. Make sure you get as much sugar as you possibly can, caffeine, and all of those things that all the fat, fat products, etc. Chips. Oh, by the way, I bought like 3 bags of chips for us today, babe.
No.
So we are going to eat so that we are definitely getting in that full week of munchies before we get started.
Except we're not going to do that.
That's part of my fasting plan.
No, I got a better plan for you. Okay, so the way that we're going to do it is we're going to take 3 days of prep or intermittent fasting. It's kind of a combination of both. So in the first 3 days, I'm going to up my water intake, and I'm going to decrease my added sugars, and I'm going to decrease my caffeine and starches like breads and stuff like that. So I'm going to decrease all of those things. And then I'm going to do a 16-8. Is that what it is? 16-8? Yeah.
16-8.
So, you're going to fast for 16 hours and then eat only during an 8-hour window of time during the day. So I'm going to do that for the first 3 days. And then on the third day, we are going to begin at 7 p.m. I'm going to begin a full 72-hour water-only fast. It's not really water only, but like I said, I am going to incorporate some of these other things like black coffee and peppermint tea, green tea, and what was the other? Lemon tea. And stevia is okay as well if you want to sweeten things. Only use stevia because those things that I mentioned, they don't cause digestion to start in your body. So your body is still staying in a fasted state. So that's why I'm allowing those things in my fast.
Can I just break down really a little bit too about the purpose of even the fasting portion, the pre-prep?
Yeah.
Is, having water in your body and in your system is really important.
Yes.
And it's something that is really beneficial. And then when you take a look at the caffeine or different things, is as you get into a fast, one of the difficulties is that you have the withdrawals of sugar and caffeine and so forth. So if you wean those things out a little bit as you get into it, then as you progress further into your fast, you have less difficulties with just a straight up headache.
Right. And that was one of the things that I struggled with. And if you saw my last fasting video, you'd see I struggled with, I'd start fasting and I wouldn't be able to finish it because I would either have a really bad headache or I'd just be exhausted and tired and just kind of really feeling like terrible. And so by preparing for the fast, I'm preparing my body to be able to handle 3 days without food. And when I tried that last time, it really worked where I actually had more energy and I found myself even able to work out during those times. And actually one of the things I should probably preface all of this with is that we're not doctors, and so we're not giving medical information.
Doctor right here. Dr. Francis. Listen, let me tell you.
No.
Here, wait. But just tell me, because we didn't really get into it. We talked about how we are going into that 3-day water fast, but we also have it set up for an alternative that if you can't do a 3-day water fast because you have certain health and medical type conditions, then what you can do is switch over and do something called, they use the Daniel fast terminology, but it's basically fruits, vegetables, and nuts.
Yeah. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. And then obviously the things that I had talked about as well before. But these are options for people who medically you can't go without food for 72 hours, or you take medications that you need food, or just things like that. And so, we know that there are things that health issues that happen, and that's why we want to kind of provide those different options as well. Yeah. But if you're medically able to, and talk to your doctor first, but if you're medically able to do a full fast, like it will be so beneficial to you. And not just the fasting, like you have to incorporate the prayer into it. It is spending time in God's presence. It is spending time with him, because when you get to that point, it's just, there's something transforms on the inside of you. And that is where, like I said, miracles take place and breakthroughs happen. And so I'm really excited for this. I think it's going to be a good fast.
I'm not quite as excited about fasting as you are, but I think that probably reaches most of the viewership out there, where it's like, fasting? If you're one of those people who are like super excited about fasting, man, I just got to shake my head, you know. But there's a discipline that's involved with it, and that is something that and it builds our faith. It helps us connect further with God, and really, ultimately, I said that breakthrough that you're desiring within your life is really things that are going to benefit you, and so it's well worth it. I'm going to miss my ice cream for a few days, my chips.
I think you can handle it.
But
I'm not
we'll
even
survive.
going grocery shopping until after the fast is over, so
It's okay.
Out of sight, out of mind. I don't know.
Maybe I'm going to throw on a whole bunch of sackcloth and ashes so that you guys, and I'll be wailing. I'll be like, oh, woe is me. I haven't had sugar in 18 hours.
Okay, but you're not going to do that.
No. Okay, I probably
The Bible
won't do
actually
that
says not to do that, so you probably shouldn't do that.
All right, well, then I'm going to have to avoid doing that too. Man, you're taking all the fun out of fasting.
No, I'm not. I'm adding all the fun into fasting.
Whoa!
Anyways, that being said, we're excited to do this. Okay, I'm excited to do this, but I'm excited to do this with you.
I'm a little bit.
He's a little bit. He's on the fence here. But we're excited to do this with you guys. So if you want to join in, I have a fasting guide that I'm going to link below. And let us know in the comments if you're excited about this, or if this is something that you're going to try to do and have never done before. So anyways, we're excited. This has been a wonderful video. Another video on fasting. And we will see you guys soon.
Have a great day!
Have a great day!
I was going to bring you in the whole bag of chocolate chips. But then I figured you actually would eat the bag, so I was like, we'll just...
I don't really like chocolate chips.
Well, you're getting them right now.
I like the cookie dough. Or the sugar in the cookie dough. Or the sugar in the butter.
Man. I only had, 3 of these ice cream cones?
When? You? You eat ice cream all the time.
Well, trying to get to 3 ice cream cones all in one sitting was a little more difficult.
3 ice... Why do you want 3 ice cream cones?
I don't.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Have a great day.